Everybody, thanks for checking out the Chris Gethard Show podcast. That's really cool that you're checking this out.
We're about to do, I think, the dumbest show we've done in years.
His life would be trashed! And you better believe I'm trashed.
We are scrappy trash people.
What's the point of this show? I just turned it on.
We've always been with this show.
We've always been trash people. We will always be trash people.
It's true.
This doesn't feel real.
Hello!
Live from my grandmother's basement, we are the Trash People. I'm Emily Pineapple.
And I'm Forrest, keeper of the cannon.
And we're so excited to have you here
Hi,
for another episode.
Hi, Strainy.
Hi. Hi, Strainy. Hi, Sky, Lindsay, and Stephen Premel. How are you all? How are you all doing on this Wednesday? How is it going? What's going on? Tell me about your lives.
Blogtoven.
I just want to, chat, you know? You know? Hello, everyone. This is We Are Trash People, the show where we talk about something related to the world of Planet Scum and do trivia!
That's right, we'll be doing trivia.
Yep. Just because, you've been getting some broad structuring done. Nice. That's always the hardest part, I feel like.
It's definitely one of the parts I struggle with.
Just the getting started.
Yeah.
That feels like getting started to me.
Well, it's both just the getting started of it, but also it feels like that's sort of the part where sometimes you have to do the most sort of in the lines part of it. You know, like the formatting, the structure has so many sort of downriver repercussions. Mm-hmm. And so I like the more free, the free form part where I get to not think ahead.
Ooh.
Quite as much.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't like thinking ahead, generally. Or I really like it. Or I will structure out a bunch of things and then not actually do, the work within. Yeah! Iron Maiden, fuck yes! After how many years of just being kind of low-key obsessed, I finally got myself an Iron Maiden shirt, and I have not taken it off.
That's not true. You also wore your Iron Maiden dress.
Oh, that's true. It's a tank top.
Tank top, okay.
Yeah. Fuck yes. Ooh, we're starting in-person services at work next week. Oh. Right?
Very fair.
Right? It's time to be sort of
Very
nervous
fair.
about that. What's it going to be?
Oh, Blogtoven has a question.
Oh.
Is that Batman's arm behind you?
Is it Batman's arm?
Yes. No.
No,
but it is a historically significant arm. Because does anyone recognize this arm?
Yeah. Who knows where this arm is from?
Do you recognize this arm from, close, but not Klon. Close.
No cigars. Similar color. I see why you think that. Wait here. Let's have it gently caress your cheek.
So in its original version, it was not just an arm. If that's helpful at all.
Stealing your hat. It's
gonna steal your hat. Steal my hat. Don't steal my hat. Don't steal my hat.
No, it was not just a random silver arm. I can't see if any of you are guessing.
No, there's been no guesses yet. Strainy just said next week that he's leaving for a month plus and won't be on Twitch very often, so this is his last show in a while.
Wow. Oh, I'm so glad to have you.
I was looking so the reason she couldn't see anything is because I was trying to find
a picture
of this arm that is now right next to my head in its original context. And what context was that? Well, I'll give you a hint. I'm pulling up a picture by Andrew Bisdale. That's right. From the Chris Gethard Show. It was one of the things sent in by viewers of the Gethard Show. And it's that silver robot between Adam Pally and Chris Gethard on the episode where they got all sorts of exercise equipment. And behind it, in the picture frame, which you can't see very well, is part of the genital chamber. It is right here. Oh, and another fun fact, the CDs right behind my head are also some of the CDs from the LLC's portion of the True TV Gethard Show set. Right there. Jersey Dave.
Right there. Jersey Dave sent us a big-ass box of all this shit. He's like, I want room in my home. But yeah, that's that arm.
Now that we've been...
Went fucking nuts.
We'll be able to go over some more comedy history later in the show.
Yeah.
With our trivia. And if you want to play trivia, go to Kahoot or Kahoot.it or use the Kahoot app and enter room code 6748175, which is scrolling along the bottom of the screen right now. But first, before it's time for trivia, it's time for another thing that starts with the letter T. That's right, it's tarot time!
With the beautiful, gorgeous deck designed by our very own Stephen Premmel. Gorgeous tarot of Planet Scum and Planet Scum related things, friends.
Yeah.
This card, this first one I pulled, is our overview of the week, our snapshot of the week, and that's right, that? It's the game!
The game!
The game! This represents everything. It encompasses everything. We might be getting new cards to this deck! What the fuck? That's awesome.
That's so cool.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
But as you can see, this card has our very own Martin Urbano, our very own Jersey Dave, our very own producers.
That's true, and Martin did return this week, as Blogtoven points out.
And it encompasses chance, fortune, how everything sort of falls around us, but the human mind turns it into a game. We give meaning to the whole thing. We need this host standing over our wheel of fortune in order to define the rules. And as you can see, he's at the center. We got a little devil on our shoulders who's willing to help us make whatever we want. That's how I'm interpreting this card.
I love that.
Let's check out our worst case scenario.
What's the worst case scenario this week? What is it?
Boy!
Oh
no! You're our detractor. You are that which is blocking us.
Oh no!
It's him. Okay. It's the keeper. Be gone. Be gone, foul energy. I've sent him away, and now the show is mine. I will be hooking up the soundboard. Is he really gone? Is he finding the cat? I literally have no idea if he's gonna come back. So I've banished Forrest because I pulled him up as one of our Him's just pooping. That's right, Premmel. Bye, Forrest.
I'm not Forrest. I'm definitely someone else. I'm not Forrest at all.
It looks like you're juggling multiple identities, which is what our detractor is. Juggling too many things. You're not looking at the sun. You're not looking at the flowers. Along the way, you're just balancing on this wall, trying to juggle too many things. And that, oh no. This is our warning. This is our worst case scenario for the week. And this is the worst card in the deck, in the whole deck. Wow. That's right. That's Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is our tower. And he is having his crown knocked off by a badass fucking, like, metal as fuck lightning bolt. This is a pretty metal card.
It's a very metal card.
Count the hands. So this is a warning. This is about false idols. This is about how obviously terrible people will continue to look up to false idols and hold to false things. It's about people who benefit from the oppression of others and your continued oppression. I think that this is saying is that you're trying to juggle too many things in service of a false idea. Yeah. In service of a false ideal, in service of perhaps a person.
That resonates.
Who doesn't have your best interests at heart. Perhaps they have a task for you that you don't care about. Like, you just don't give a fuck about it. Perhaps it's capitalism.
What if it's...
Could be capitalism.
A camp by a lake, and I'm just like, I feel pulled in so many directions. I mean, which camper do I chase after first,
Yeah. And then what you gotta follow... I'm sorry, not Forrest.
I'm not Forrest.
You
Forrest
gotta
was sent out
follow
of the
this
room.
false idea of purity. I think that's what you nearly need to focus in on.
Okay.
The idea of purity culture, the idea of virginity. What's that even? The use of substances. What
You're right.
substances are okay or not okay. I think you should really just hone to that. Drop trying to balance all these campers and just tune right in. On whatever sort of hackneyed thing you can push into it. Your landlord!
I think that's right.
Yeah!
I think that's all right.
Yeah! Fuck that. Fuck that.
No.
And depending on what city you're in, you could, if there is a real problem with your landlord, there are often tenants' rights associations that will get you lawyers and shit. They're badass. At least in San Francisco, they're like bulldogs. They're fantastic. Look, a cat. And look, our boons. Our boons are the showrunner. Can you imagine such a boon? Can you imagine such a boon?
Such a boon.
And that makes sense with our detractor being trying to juggle too many things. The showrunner is sort of the spiritual opposite of that. Kitten, no, come back. The cat's behind the computer. Depending on what you see next, he is hacked into the computer and he is changing it with his claws. Yes, my lion cat. I really see sort of opposites in this. Our detractor is that we have too much to balance. Our boon is that we can handle everything. And I wonder if this is about having a show in mind. We know what we want our outcome to be. We have the correct set of priorities. And we can run the show. I mean, that's what the showrunner is. They hold it all together and they direct towards that joined end. Without that vision, you're just juggling planets.
You've given me a lot to think about, so...
Well, we have to see what your best case scenario of the week is.
You're right. Well, you're right.
The musician! The best card in the whole deck!
Oh, whoa.
Right? It is literally the best card in the whole deck. I think it got around my friend group that I'm willing to design people's festival looks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
upcoming
just
music
came
festival with all my like weird old wardrobe, which I'm extremely excited about. That's really funny. Yes, it is. Look, the musician. Wear what you want. Go party where you want. Have a festival.
Mr. Rude.
Mr. Rude with the tood. Yeah. I mean, when you're the showrunner, you can have your show wherever you want. And thinking about the ideas of oppression, if Steve Harvey is our oppressive force, and he is, like, that's what he represents.
Oh, yeah.
Like, incredible sexism and using awful things. This, we have the breakout from that. Yes, if you can hear, that's our cat taking a shit in the room where we're performing. Thank you. Thank you, cat.
Thank you, kitty.
I'm just glad because he was sick for like a couple weeks. And I was very worried about him. But we changed his diet per vet's instructions. And now he's a lot healthier. So now whenever he takes a shit, I'm just glad because I know he's healthy. The musician. This is the best case scenario. You are taking the tools of your oppressor. You are taking the Pope staff. You are taking the Pope stage. And you are holding whatever the fuck show you want in it.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I think that's very important.
Let's look at our advice for achieving the musician.
How do you cheat the Oh!
Oh my God, can you imagine such advice? Can you imagine such advice? I don't know if Alice is here, but I know that she saw Robbie on a show in LA, and I would love to know how it went. Yes, Gatsby. Gatsby has blessed us. Look at this rabbi. She represents your gut. She represents the best advice you've ever had. She represents the divine version of yourself. They represent the words that you know to be true. Like, look at that. Look at all that divine nonsense. Like,
So much
look at it.
divine.
Look at your garden growing. The garden within her. Listen to your gut. That's what this is saying. When you are trying to decide what your priority is for the rest of this week, so that you aren't juggling and then, like, getting overwhelmed with all of the barriers that capitalism puts up to block us from expressing our true selves, from making what we want to make, what we are best at making, how we can best contribute and also make ourselves feel better. When making that decision on what to prioritize, listen to your fucking gut. Listen to your gut. Listen to it. Or DM Robbie for advice. I am not telling you to DM Robbie. No, Twitter her so that the jokes that she makes can be spread.
Well, you've given me a lot to think about, so I'm
glad.
I'll go ponder some things at Camp Crystal Lake. I'll be back.
Okay. Well, now that he's gone, there's no one to run the trivia. So we're going to...
I know I'm the worst case scenario, but hopefully that part's over, so I can be here now.
Welcome back, Forrest. Thank you so much for coming back to the show.
Yeah, no, of course. I couldn't
It's
leave
okay.
trivia.
We had a guest in the meantime.
Thank you, Strain A. I was pooping.
Yeah, we had a guest. And may I suggest camping this summer? I just
did?
want to throw this out there. If
He
anyone's thinking about a vacation...
Was he on vacation?
If anyone's thinking about a vacation, why not camping? Maybe you'll meet Jason.
Well, now I am, Premel. Now I'm hearing Welcome Back, Cotter with my name.
Bring up the trivia.
I'm also hearing Kahoot.
Bring up the Kahoot. Okay.
So far, Stephen Premel, Metzley, 1B is driving, Jess paddling. Sky, Strain A, Offbeat Valerie, Holly Goody, and Doofus Clown are playing Kahoot trivia, but you can also join us as well by going to kahoot.it or using the Kahoot app and entering game pin 6748175 like our very own Pineapple here.
That's me. I don't know what these questions are.
That's right. I wrote all of them on my own.
Last week, I was in the top.
No, last week you won.
I won!
You won for the first time last week.
I won!
Oh, Halloween
so we'll
Vacation.
See how I do this week.
Halloween Vacation is so good. And
That's
the birthday.
What that is for.
It's happy birthday. Yeah, that was a Vacation Jason Voorhees Halloween costume. And
I was
Millie,
Pineapple, so myself.
Millie, whose birthday it is today, is also in that video. So happy birthday to Judge Millie. Wish Millie a birthday on Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah.
As we start out with our Kahoot. Here is question number 1 in 3, 2, 1. Which Planet Scum host won an Emmy for their work writing on the children's TV show Odd Squad? Was that Riley Soliner, Robbie Hoffman, Justin Linville, or Mary Houlihan? Pictured here is something you might see on TV as well.
If you were here for the tarot reading, you'll know that one.
Yes,
Fuck yeah.
it was Robbie
Yeah.
Hoffman. Robbie also wrote on the show Workin' Moms. And
she has a full writer credit.
Rivka.
For
Yeah, she has a writer
episodes.
credit on, I think, one episode of Workin'
Yeah.
Moms. And then it has her show Rivka is coming soon from Showtime.
Fuck yeah.
Gether confirmed they ate guacamole out of the Emmy as well.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's really good.
Out of Robbie Hoffman?
But let's...
Like, what?
Oh, yeah, I love Workin' Moms as well. It's a very
Oh my
fun
God,
show.
so much
Speaking of
fun.
fun, let's see who's leading on the leaderboard. Right now, it's Stephen Premel in first, tied with Emily Pineapple.
I'm coming for
in
you,
second.
Premel.
Metzley only 2 points behind.
Wow,
In
they're
third, Doofus
all
Klon in
so
fourth,
close.
only 2 points behind Metzley. And 1B is driving, only 7 points behind
Be
Doofus
careful,
Klon.
1B, if you're
Yeah,
driving.
be very careful if you're still driving. Premel has eyes in the back of his everything, Emily. As we go to our next question. Question 2. Which Planet Scum host had a role in the film The Other Guys? Is that Chris Gethard, Griffin Newman, Robbie Hoffman, or Mary Houlihan? I agree with Planet Scum Live. 1B, I hope you're in the passenger's seat, not the driver's seat.
Or have a friend
Yes.
ticking it off for you. Fuck!
Don't cahoot and drive, but 8 of you got it
1B,
correct.
you
It is,
got
in
it
fact,
right.
Chris Gethard, who played the character of Clerk.
His part was cut?
Was it cut? He was cut in Iron Man 3. Was he also cut in The Other Guys? Because IMDb lists him still as part of the cast, and that was where this was sourced from.
Yeah, right. Just blame IMDb.
I'll blame Jeff Bezos. It's fine. Let's go to...
Jeff Bezos.
I saw the movie in theaters at a drive-in, but I didn't yet know who Chris Gethard was.
Has anyone else seen the TikTok about how the richest countries used to have space races,
But now the richest people do?
The richest people do?
Speaking of racing upwards, let's go to the leaderboard to see who's racing to first. Oh, Stephen Premmel held on to first, Doofus Klon in second, Metzley in third, 1B is driving in fourth place,
Wow.
and Pineapple down to fifth. Still anyone's game. We're still very early
I think
on.
I'm the only one who got that wrong.
No.
That's on the board.
Maybe on the board, I think so. But let's see if that continues with question number 3. Which National Lampoon Radio Hour cast member played the human fish's mother on the Chris Gethard Show? Was that Cola Scola, Martin Urbano, Rachel Pegram, or Joe Firestone?
Fuck. I might have gotten it wrong.
It may have been cut, and just they still credit him because Adam McKay likes him. Because there's also some great stories from behind the scenes on The Other Guys in Lose Well.
I did it!
But 4 of you got it correct. It was,
got it
in
right.
fact, Cola Scola. They and Joe Firestone were the head writers of the 2019 reboot of the National Lampoon Radio Hour, which also included Planet Scum's very own Martin Urbano and CGP's Rachel Pegram and Meg Stalter, and River Ramirez was also on it as well.
That other guy.
Andrew, yes, who was on Lawyers That Law. Andrew Jackson.
Andrew Jackson!
Not Andrew Jackson. That was the president. Wait, was it?
Was it? Wait.
That was the president. It's not Andrew Jackson. That's the president. That's the president. That's the president. I feel bad that I got that wrong. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, but now I want to correct it for the record so that everyone knows. It is
something Jackson.
It's Aaron Jackson.
Aaron Jackson.
It's Aaron Jackson. It's Aaron Jackson.
Aaron Jackson.
It's Aaron Jackson.
And Brett Davis and
Alex
Brett Davis
English,
and
Alex
Maeve
English
Higgins.
and Maeve Higgins.
And River Ramirez.
Yeah, it's Aaron Jackson. I apologize, Aaron, that I got your name wrong. Let's go on to the leaderboard, huh?
Oh,
Premmel's still in first. Pineapple also got it correct and is now only 6 points away from 1B is driving for fourth place. But Blogtoven went up 3 points and it is the highest climber. Let's go to question number 4, shall we?
True or false?
True or false? Both hosts of the podcast Baby Geniuses, it's Baby Geniuses, have appeared on the George Lucas talk show. True or false? Seen here is a picture of a podcast.
I think I got it right.
Were they both on? Was only one of them on? Was neither of them on?
One of them was definitely
9 of
on.
you got it correct.
Yeah!
They were, in fact, both on. Emily Heller appeared on both GLTS's holiday special and episode 13, Revenge of the Sick. And Lisa Hanawalt appeared on episode 12, The Empire Contracts COVID. 9 of you got it correct. Let's see who answered quickest.
Right, I love Emily Heller.
Stephen Premmel still in first. 1B is driving all the way up to second place. Metzley in third. Offbeat Valerie appears on the leaderboard up in fourth. And Pineapple in fifth, hanging on to the leaderboard. Stephen Premmel has a streak with 4 correct answers in a row. I agree, Stephen Premmel. I also love Emily Heller.
Her special, Ice Thickeners, is on YouTube.
Check it out.
Check it out.
There.
High recommend.
And while you're there, check out many other great videos. Maybe even the subject of question 5, which is a multi-select. Which of these wrestlers took part in the Chris Gethard Show's Fight for the Fish?
Oh.
Colt Cabana, Rhino, Orange Cassidy, and or X-Pac. Pictured here is X-Pac. X-Pac of D-Generation X, the cool 90s badass wrestling heels.
I think it's all of them. I don't know why.
Interesting that you think
it's
that.
all of them.
Interesting that you think that.
I'm pretty sure Colt Cabana and Rhino
Well,
were
but
there.
remember, if you get one of them wrong, your answer doesn't
Damn
count.
it!
All of them were except for Orange Cassidy.
No, that's one of the ones I would have thought for sure.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy was not in it. It was tricky. I tricked you.
Trixie. We found an Orange Cassidy t-shirt
Yes,
at Hot Topic.
at Hot Topic. So now I have an Orange Cassidy t-shirt printed at the same place
Literally
as
the
all
only
the
one I
Planet
picked.
Scum merch.
Womp womp.
John Hamm was in it, but he's not a wrestler, so I didn't put him as an answer. But let's see the leaderboard, because that was a chaotic one. Blog Toven up in second. 1B still in third. Metzley in fourth. Offbeat Valerie in fifth. Premel's streak continued with 5 correct answers in a row.
Board.
You are off the board.
I'm off the board. Do you think they're going to do the board meetings this week?
I don't know.
I know.
Oh, actually, I think wasn't there one already bought at the end of last week?
Purchased, and
I think
didn't
didn't Gethard say
we're gonna table it.
they were going to table it for this week? I think it'll probably happen. But Premel has been serving as the leader of this leaderboard for quite a while, which is interesting for question 5. Who is the longest serving correspondent on The Daily Show before they began hosting their own show? Was that Samantha Bee, Stephen Colbert, John Oliver, or Vance DeGeneres? Ellen DeGeneres' brother, who was a Daily Show correspondent.
That's hilarious.
Yep. Which of these?
I'm pretty sure I got this wrong. Oh my god, I got it
It was
right!
Samantha Bee. She was a correspondent for 12 years, from 2003 to 2015, where now she, of course, hosts Full Frontal with Samantha Bee on TBS Very Funny.
Rachel Pegram was on for a moment.
Yeah. She was great in her moment. TBS. Very funny. Damn it, Premel thinks he just lost it. Let's see the leaderboard to see if he was correct. Nope. He's still in first.
Nope.
But Holly Goody has the highest answer streak of 3 in a row and is now closing out the leaderboard.
Holly.
And Emily Pineapple is hot on Holly Goody.
Hot on your tail.
Just Fadson Montgomery says at least 25% of their personality was formed by Jon Stewart, which, as someone who was a literal child telling other literal children, have you heard of this thing called The Daily Show? I relate to quite a bit. And Jon Stewart is taping his show right now.
Oh.
So to see it, you would have to be in the studio. And speaking of things you'd have to be there in person to see, let's go to the next question. July's live version of Who Wants 269 occurred at what venue?
What?
Live in-person one. What? July's live in-person version of Who Wants 269 occurred at what venue? Was it the Bell House, the Brooklyn Comedy Collective, Union Hall, or Caveat?
Shit.
9 of you got it correct. It was, in fact, Union Hall. Were you saying because the streamed versions were also live? Was that what threw you off?
What? Because I had no idea.
Oh, okay.
And I got it wrong.
Straine knew this one.
Damn.
And Premel points out the detour that Samantha Bee's husband, Jason Jones, starred in and wrote. I think she also wrote it with him.
Oh.
And he was also a Daily Show correspondent as well. One of a number of Canadian Daily Show correspondents, because that is a surprisingly high number of the correspondents throughout history. Let's go to the leaderboard to see which 9 of you got it correct. Everyone on the leaderboard did.
Fun timing.
I am?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
You're having the most fun.
I am.
I've seen him have this fun.
You haven't seen me have this fun.
Yep.
But you know what's not fun?
What?
Jury duty. I don't like jury duty, but it does feature in the next question. On 30 Rock, what does Liz Lemon always dress up as to get out of jury duty? Is it Benedict Arnold, Princess Leia, a ghost, or Lady Justice? Scene here is a jury. Doofus Clown says, what's funny on what's very funny on TBS Very Funny? Simon Rich's Miracle Workers starring Daniel Radcliffe.
I love him.
Oh, we're in sync on these questions? Glad to hear it. But just want you all to know there's no strings attached to how these questions came together. The last question on every one of these is usually who is the mole? I don't remember anyone from the mole except for Anderson Cooper, but it is in fact Princess
Who is
Leia.
the mole? My back. It's on my back. I think. I don't really know what a mole is.
A mole is what is a mole?
Like,
should we take a sidebar
physical,
to read the
like,
Wikipedia
skin
page for a
tag.
mole? No, we shouldn't, but we should.
Why
Oh,
not?
you want to do that? Okay.
Yes, of course.
I don't know.
Forrest.
No, not mole.
Do you know me?
I do know you.
How long have we been together? Do I want to take a detour to learn random information?
That's a good point.
I don't even know you. Are you sure
So-
that you came back
Nevis.
when Jason left?
Nevis,
was
plural
Forrest.
nevi, is a non-specific medical term for a visible, circumscribed chronic lesion of the skin or mucosa. Common terms including birthmark, beauty mark, and mole are used to describe nevi, but these terms do not distinguish specific types of nevi from one another.
This sounds so biblical.
And pictured
And the nevi were separate.
and pictured here was a benign nevus. So there's nothing specific that separates a mole from other types of
Nevi.
nevi or nevi. It's a lesion. It's a fuzzy,
It's a fuzzy
animal as well.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's true.
Strain A got out of jury duty by telling the judge that they didn't trust cops and think all drugs should be legal. I got out of it by saying, "Hey, judge, I was just offered a job in the stairwell, so I will not be paying attention throughout this trial at all." And about anxiety.
Yep. I'm just remembering your like panicked calls to like, I'm so anxious. I can't. Can you tell that and
was-
the person was just like, you're good, man.
It was all real. Oh, yeah, but Benign This should be an album name, says Stephen Premmel, but is Stephen Premmel still in first place on our leaderboard? I don't know. Do you know? Let's find out. He is, but Holly Goody's up in third now.
Wow.
Blogtoven still in second. 1B is driving.
I'm in ninth.
Fourth place. Offbeat Valerie in fifth. Holly Goody's streak with 5 correct answers in a row is pretty impressive. Let's see if it continues with question number 9. Which radio show helped introduce America to Weird Al Yankovic? Was that the Dr. Demento Show, Uncle Nutsy's Clubhouse, The Howard Stern Show, or The Best Show? On WFMU. 9 of you got it correct. It was, in fact, the Dr. Demento Show. Dr. Demento.
Whoa, Strainy.
Strain A,
What?
you were on the Dr.
Strainy.
Demento Show?
Strainy, tell us the story.
Yeah, tell us your story
Strainy,
of you
tell
being on
us your
Dr.
story.
Demento.
Strainy.
Yeah, that was part of why I put it in fourth, because I thought that would be the giveaway that it's probably not the best show. But, my band Pirates Are Us got played twice on Dr. Demento. That's so
That's
cool.
a good fucking band name. Plug.
Yeah.
Where can we hear it? Where can
Yeah,
we hear
is it on
Pirates Are Us?
Is there anywhere we can hear it? Do you have a
And
band
we're a
camp?
current
Oh,
band.
with the song The MP3 Waltz. That's so cool. My band Pirates Are Us. That's so cool. It's on Spotify, so check out Pirates Are Us on Spotify.
Is it on YouTube? Can we play it on K-Scum?
Pirates Are Us.
I'm looking at you like you have the answer
I don't know.
for me.
Maybe.
He knows most
Strain A
things.
says maybe. Let me look.
Maybe.
While Strain A is looking, I'll just point out that Dr. Demento played Al's demo version of My Bologna, and that radio play has been credited with helping Al get a record deal. And here's a fun fact. Weird Al is known as Weird Al because it's a name he gave himself when he was a college DJ at Cal Poly. He took on the name in tribute, specifically in tribute to Dr. Demento, because Dr. Demento was such a hero of Al's at that time when he was just a mere architecture student at Cal Poly. Oh, there is a YouTube link right there.
Heck yeah.
Which I will copy and paste for later so that it can get played on K-Scum Radio. But let's look at our leaderboard, huh? Stephen Premmel still in first, but Offbeat Valerie moving up in the rankings to 4th place with 3 correct answers in a row.
There's a whole E EP.
That link, that YouTube was to the whole EP. I'm so excited to check this out. I think I will love it, Strain A. Just like I think I know the answer to this next question. Do you? I mean, I wrote it, so of course I do.
Yeah.
But it's a multi-select. Which SNL stars played the Blues Brothers in The Blues Brothers?
Oh.
Was that Dan Aykroyd, Steve Martin, John Belushi, and or Martin Short? It is definitely multiple of them. Seen here is the blues personified. It's the Neil Gaiman-esque God incarnation of the blues in a cool fog-filled room. 10 of you got it correct. It was Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi, and John Goodman, I think, did it later. Martin Short. Marty was not one of the Blues Brothers in the Blues Brothers, but was in Clifford, which was the subject of this week's blank check. And yes, Goodman was in Blues Brothers 2000.
Oh my.
The long after sequel to the original Blues Brothers. I thought about pulling from Blues Brothers 2000. I probably will on a future show, so maybe go watch it if you want to study up for a future Kahoot.
Do we have to watch it?
No. Doofus Clown is
get
now
that
in
wrong.
5th place, and Holly Goody has the highest answer streak of 7 in a row. Strayne says Blues Brothers 2000 is bonkers. You know what else is bonkers?
What?
Oh, wait. Doofus Clown says Blues Brothers 2000 is probably the only bad movie that they've ever turned off. But what else is bonkers is our next question. Question number 11. Which member of the Arrested Development cast has appeared on the George Lucas talk show? Is it Tony Hale, Michael Cera, Aaliyah Shawkat, or Jason Bateman? Seen here is flannel, George Lucas's favorite fabric. Planet Scum Live bringing up Three Amigos, which is not a Blues Brothers movie, and I don't think features, and neither of the Amigos are one of the Blues Brothers, right? Or is it Aykroyd? I haven't seen Three Amigos. Should I see Three Amigos? It is. You're right. Aykroyd is. Should I see Three Amigos? Sound off in the chat if I should ever see that movie. But 9 of you got it correct. It was in fact Tony Hale.
Yeah.
And an unrelated fact that has nothing to do with the George Lucas talk show, Connor Ratliff also interviewed him for the Chris Gethard show in a segment where Connor had to eat a vegetable in order to ask Tony Hale a question. Yes. Oh, Steve and Marty are in Three Amigos. Planet Scum Live saying Forrest. Chevy Chase is the third amigo. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's Chevy Chase and I'm not. Which was his wonderful sign-off. But none you got it correct. It is Tony Hale. Let's go to the leaderboard. I also forget Chevy Chase, Offbeat Valerie, but Premel continues to hold a lead, but Holly Goody has the highest answer streak in a row of 8 correct.
Fuck yeah.
So apparently I haven't worked for Planet Scum this whole time because I have never seen Three Amigos.
Now you just skipped orientation like a punk rocker.
I'm just so punk rock like
Be
Mr.
punk rock,
Rude.
skip your orientations. It's bullshit, and they're probably not paying you the same rate as they would for your work, which is bullshit.
Speaking of punk rock, by the way, let's go to our next question. Which comedian performed the bit 7 words you can't say on television? Was that Lenny Bruce, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, or Andrew Dice Clay? Seen here are all of the places you can't say those 7 words. Every single TV where you can't say one is there. Oh, it's on YouTube. Is it Planet Scum Live? Interesting. Well, 9 of you got it correct. It was, in fact, George Carlin, who, ironically, I would be introduced to via television from his work on Shining Time Station, where he played Mr. Conductor, which was the first time I ever saw George Carlin. And the second was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, where he played Rufus. I had no idea he was a stand-up comedian, like, other than being told he was, for a long time. Censors practice on George Carlin's stand-up shows sometimes. Strayne's first time seeing him was as Rufus in Bill and Ted, where he was the wonderful, helpful time traveler named Rufus. It's good. We should see Bill and Ted. But let's see the leaderboard. Premel's holding on into first still. But Block Jovin's in second. Holly Goody's in third. Doofus Clown is in fourth. And Strayne is only behind Doofus Clown by 1 point. 5 players hit an answer streak of 6, and I breathed in correctly. Strayne is shocked that Emily Pineapple hasn't seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Have you seen Bogus Journey as well?
No.
Oh. Planet Scum Live, that censor fact, was covered on a Fusion episode of the Chris Gethard show, which is true, and it's a very fun episode. I think that's the one where Murph progressively gets more and more naked until he crosses the line that they have to censor it. And yeah, I think you would like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It's a wacky sci-fi comedy. I still need to see the third one. I haven't seen Bill and Ted Face the Music either, so maybe we should watch all three.
I want to face some music.
That's right. They have to cut the feed because of Nakey Murph. I also found... Oh, yeah, and it's the one where Jersey Dave built those bidets.
Oh!
But we also, the same day we found the Orange Cassidy shirt at Hot Topic, we also found a Wild Stallions shirt. And it's...
Oh, are they from Bill and Ted? Is that what I'm wowing about?
Also, if you paid close attention, you may notice that I said the answer to the next question on accident.
Oh no!
What is the name of Bill and Ted's band in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
So that's why you didn't
Is it
ask
Spew,
me.
Wild Stallions, Airheads, and Bill and Ted? Yeah, that's why I didn't ask you anything about these new movies yet.
When I reacted to the shirt at Hot Topic, did you think I knew what I was reacting to?
Yeah, I thought you knew what it was from.
It's my ADHD. I'll just react to things real quick and then realize I have no idea what was even said.
Shockingly, all of you got it correct. It was Wild Stallions.
Yay, one BBR is no longer driving.
Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're safe now. All of these, except for Bill and Ted, are punk bands from shows or metal bands in the case of Wild Stallions. But
wait, what's Spew from?
I don't remember.
Besides Harry Potter.
But I googled it. It was a band.
Is that when you brought up Spew yesterday?
No, I brought up Spew yesterday because it got referenced in the video we were watching about Harry Potter.
Oh, okay.
And Airheads was from Airheads, the Brendan Fraser movie. Exactly, Doofus Clon. Thank you. Well, now that I all told you that answer, I won't tell you. Oh, I bet multi-selects were the most annoying ones to do while in the car.
Dude!
But don't do it at all in the car.
Don't do it in the car.
No, don't do it while you're driving. Don't do it while you're driving.
Don't drive in
But,
Kahoot.
You know, I won't tell you. I won't tell you the next question. Which comedian was voted off of Saturday Night Live in a viewer poll? Was that Steve Martin, Andrew Dice Clay, Andy Kaufman, or Triumph, the insult comic dog? Scene here is voting.
One.
I forgot that I told you this one, or I wouldn't have done it on this show. I would have done it on our
really
other show. That was my ADHD. I got so excited. Well, thankfully, a lot of you knew it, so it's not a huge issue that you heard that. The answer is Andy Kaufman. He appeared 14 times on the show from 1975 to 1982. On November 20th, 1982, producers gave audiences the chance to vote him off. 195,544 callers voted in favor of removing him from the show, and it was supposed to just be a bit, but Andy Kaufman honored the results and never returned to Saturday Night Live ever again. Planet Scum Live says we should do this, I think not realizing that all that will happen is Bryson will never return to Planet Scum. Because that would be the joke if it's done. It would have to be a specific comedian gets voted off. I don't know who would it be.
It would be Geth.
But
people would vote off Geth because they don't want to hurt anyone else's feelings.
That's true. Oh, that's true. It's not a Bryson burn. It's that I think Bryson would be the most likely to offer himself up as a joke.
Yeah, it would be similar to why it's Chris.
It's Bryson just being game so much that I think he might do it.
Oh, you're totally right, Holly.
Holly Goody and Straine both think it's Patrick.
Wow.
We could vote off the George Lucas talk show as a bit and reprieve. Oh, that could be funny. But let's look at the leaderboard to see who...
Bryson.
Okay. Premel got it wrong, but is still in first place. Blogtoven is in second. Holly Goody in third. Doofus Clon in fourth. Straine in fifth.
The Crystal Skull.
1BBBR would vote off Crystal Skull, that all-knowing mystical being. But, let's just get on to the next question. And it's a multi-select. You better believe it. Which of these Planet Scum hosts have hosted episodes of Mary Houlihan's Painting Party? Is it Mary Houlihan, Chris Gethard, Patrick Kottner, or Riley Soliner? Which of these have hosted episodes of Mary Houlihan's Painting Party?
Well, and by host, do you mean
fulfilled the host role?
Okay. Oh,
10 of you got it correct. It was Mary Houlihan and Patrick Kottner. Patrick guest hosted on the Games episode with guests Martin Urbano and Kiko Soiree.
Yeah.
While Mary Houlihan was filming background acting work.
Was it for Marvelous Miss Maisel?
Riley has not appeared
Maisel.
on Mary Houlihan's painting party.
Oh.
It was Billions. I'm pretty sure that was the Billions day. Yeah. Yeah, it was Billions, baby.
Billions,
So many of you got it correct. So let's see who benefited the most on the leaderboard.
Oh.
Wow, it shook things up. Straine is now in 4th. Offbeat Valerie is now in 5th.
I'm 225 points behind you, Offbeat Valerie.
And you know,
Coming.
it's Straine's big comeback.
Yeah.
And so that was very recent comedy history, right? Very recent. This very year. Let's go a little bit farther back as we go to our next question. Which of these is the first episode of The Simpsons? The Telltale Head, Bart the General, Simpsons roasting on an open fire, or The Call of the Simpsons? All of these are episodes from the first season of The Simpsons, but which was first? And by first, of course, it's the first episode of the TV series The Simpsons, not about any shorts that may have happened before. Oh. Stephen Premmel has no clue, but Straine's streak looks like it's comeback.
I think I know this one.
Looks like it's going to continue. Well, you got it correct. It is, in fact, Simpsons roasting on an open fire. And that's also the episode where they get Santa's little helper. Straine watched it when it aired.
Wow.
And Stephen Premmel says, "Aw, farts. Aw, farts indeed." Is everything coming up Straine? Let's see on the leaderboard.
Kinda,
Because Holly Goody also got it correct. That's right, Santos El Halper.
One PBR.
The one BBR was doing better when they were driving. Santos El Halper was, of course, Bart's alter ego when he defrauded mail order companies.
What a little rebel.
What a little rebel. What a little rebel indeed.
Defraud corporations.
I mean, he basically did.
Defraud corporations, be gay, do any other crimes. Fuck the police.
Fuck the police is, I think, such a positive message.
Yep.
Which takes us to our next question. Planet Scum got the description of extremely, almost obscenely positive from an article on which website? Was that Splitsider, Variety, Vice, or the Gethard Post? And seen here is, of course, the physical appearance of a website. They're actually all little buttons.
I guessed, and then I realized the right answer.
8 of you got it correct. It was, in fact, Vice. The article
Splitsider
celebrated the Discord open mic that was happening then and described the Discord by saying, quote, "The banter on Planet Scum, as the server is called, is extremely, almost obscenely positive, and the users are very active, a near impossible combination when gathering more than 3 people on the internet." Because, of course, at that point, Chris Gethard Presents was still active, and we were just a Discord celebrating one little show a week. Straine says, fuck. And Sky liked that. Let's see who likes the results on our leaderboard. Stephen Premmel has to feel good about that because he's still in first. Blogtoven's still in second. Holly Goody still in third with the highest answer streak of 14 in a row.
Damn.
This was question 17, so only 3 wrong so far in this entire game of trivia.
Wow. Holly,
damn. that's really impressive. Yeah, exactly. 1 BBBR is clapping for Holly.
Yeah.
And you know where's another place you might clap for people's achievements? A pod race.
What?
So let's go to our next question, which is a multi-select. Which GLTS guests wrote a script blending the Fast and the Furious with the pod racers from The Phantom Menace? Was that Brian David Gilbert, Ben Schwartz, Karen Hahn, and or Justin McElroy?
Fuck.
They specifically mentioned this on GLTS, and one of the perks was going to be doing a live read-through of this script at some point.
I don't know.
And you can actually read the script yourself online. You can absolutely find it online and read it for yourself. And I think if you do, you'll remember that the core message of this is that family comes first. 8 of you got one of the answers. Only 3 of you got one of the other answers. It was, in fact, Brian David Gilbert and Karen Hahn.
I did not get Karen Hahn.
The script is called The Fast and the Forciest Mongaza Drift.
Oh my.
And so let's see what that round of chaos did
Holly.
to the leaderboard. We know that Holly Goody lost her streak. So let's just see the answers. Wow, 1B is driving up into 4th place. Holly Goody still in 3rd. Stephen Premmel still in 1st. Blogtoven still in 2nd. And Straney still in 5th. But Jessa Padalin has a streak of 10 correct answers in a row now, which is an impressive streak in its own way. Let's see if that streak continues as we go into our penultimate question, which is another multi-select. Which of these are characters from Late Night with Conan O'Brien? The Masturbating Bear, Polly the NBC Peacock, Artie Kendall the Ghost Crooner, and Billy Tyler the Kid No One Loves. Which of these were some of the wacky characters that Conan O'Brien brought to Late Night? All of them were...
I guessed. I was like, I have no fucking
All of these
idea.
characters appeared at some point during the run of Late Night with Conan O'Brien, and a young Chris Gethard also appeared on Late Night with Conan O'Brien as an NBC page or intern. And it's just so much fun. Stephen Premmel went conservative. It paid off. Holly Goody got 3 out of the 4. 1BBBR hates the all of them answers. Ah! That's fair.
I love them. You'll see why.
You'll see. Oh, no. Why? Okay, good. Pineapple's back in 4th. Holly Goody in 2nd. I just didn't want a repeat of the game is rigged points from last week, so I'm glad.
Is that why you keep putting things in that you know I will not know?
Yeah. I have to rig it the other way. But Jassa Padalin has the highest answer streak in a row of 11 as we go to our final question. How do you feel, Pineapple? You're still close.
I'm in 4th place. I have a pretty good chance of getting into 3rd place.
Yeah.
I feel like
you could even potentially get to 2nd.
I'm not going to win because I feel like you put a really hard question as the last one to kind of like switch things up.
Why? Because all the others are super easy.
No, because that's the thing at the end of the game. If people are like, oh shit, this could actually disrupt the standing, then that's wow, what excitement, you know?
The next question is, who is the star of the Chris Gethard show? No, it's not. I mean, you're right. I put a hard one. That's why it is. What is it? It's a double points question because it's hard.
Is it multi-select?
No. Which comedian was the voice of Frosty the Snowman in the Rankin Bass Frosty cartoon? Was that Bing Crosby, Bob Hope, Jackie Vernon, or Lenny Bruce? Seed here is a snowman.
A snowman.
Out there in an icy field. Was it Bing Crosby, Bob Hope, Jackie Vernon, or Lenny Bruce? Fingers crossed, says Stephen Premmel. Fingers that a snowman doesn't always have, but sometimes does with the little stick arms. 1BBBR laughed so hard reading the question. 6 of you got it correct. It was, in fact, Jackie Vernon. Outside of playing Frosty, he was known as a raunchy comedian who was a fixture on the Friars Club roast dais, which I thought was interesting because it makes him in so many ways a forerunner to Bob Saget, you know? Where you have the wholesome TV deal and then the wholesome stand-up work. He also was featured on The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel as the comedian who big-timed Maisel on that club show that she went to. So let's see the leader. No, let's see the podium. Let's see who won this game in 3rd place with 15 out of 20 correct. It's Pineapple. Woo! In 2nd place with 15 out of 20 correct, it's Blogtoven. Woo! And in 1st place with 15 out of 20 correct, it is Stephen Premmel. Featuring 4th place, 1B is driving, and 5th place, Holly Goody.
I love how we all got 15.
15 out of 20 correct. It sounds like it was a pretty well-calibrated game of trivia. Well done, says Stephen Premmel. Holly Goody, clap, clap, clap. Jazz Fadson Montgomery also claps. Yay! Thank you all so much for playing trivia once again this week. Stephen Premmel says this was solid, Forrest. Clap, 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 clap. Thank you, Stephen Premmel.
I could have replayed it to study.
I say that went pretty well, all things considered. I agree. Driving all the way to 4th place. There were no goof-em-ups this week.
No goof-em-ups, except for the goof-em-up where you told the answer.
Yeah, that was the goof-em-up, was I told you, I
question.
said the Wild Stallions answer immediately before the Wild Stallions question, because I forgot I included that this week. I'm Dr. Demento. I'm glad that was too. That was really interesting, Strain. I'll have to remember to we can try to play that actually after the post show. I can put on
show.
or on it. Yeah, I can put the album on after the post show.
Heck yes.
Which is coming up tonight on the Discord after Planet Scum Live with the two of us trash people.
And we'll see what kind of bits we got this week.
Yeah, who knows?
I may or may not be doing the typing to do the whole
there may not be
and
points.
recap,
Yeah.
which is a bit that we've been doing. But I have another bit that's very exciting.
Blocktoven says we need to watch Bill and Ted tonight.
Okay.
Okay, good to know. It was one of my childhood favorites. But what else are we doing this week?
What else?
Grand Trivia this Friday at RadioFreeMultiverse.com. If you like doing a Kahoot, but thought to yourself, I wonder what it would be like to do one that's not about Planet Scum and comedy. Well,
And that's hosted by a fish.
And that's hosted by an evil fish that just loves destroying planets. And his intern, whose name he can't remember. It's this Friday on Grand Trivia, 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern at RadioFreeMultiverse.com. And that's the midnight of Saturday on the East Coast. But thank you all for joining us for this. Emily, livestream Bill and Ted on Instagram is what Premel suggests. And Premel loves intern Calliope, which could be her name. Who knows? 1BBBR is excited for new bits. As well on the post show. Interesting if they happen. But I want to thank everyone who watched tonight.
Yeah.
If I can move that Windows window, I can't for some reason.
Thank you so much for joining us,
thank you all
Stephen
for joining us.
And 1BBR.
Thank you, 1BBBR. Thank you,
Blogtoven.
Atchibees.
And
thank you, Blogtoven. Thank you, CBC 9000. Thank you, Commander Root. Thank you, Doofus Klon. Thank you, Holly Goody. Thank you, Jess Fadson Montgomery. Thank you, Kate Killett. Hello, Kate Killett. Thank you, Metzley. Thank you, Offbeat Valerie. Thank you, Planet Scum Live. Thank you, Sky Skies. Thank you, Stephen Premel. And thank you, Straine.
Thank you all so
much. Of the band Pirates Are Us, which you should go check out.
Gohan Squirtle!
Gohan Squirtle!
Gohan Squirtle!
And I apologize if I didn't read out your name. It's because Twitch did a bad job of telling me that you're watching. But with that, enjoy Planet Scum Live, and good night and good Klon.
Good night and good
That's
Klon.
a different show!